at 11:16 a.m. from the Oklahoma Republican chairman, Matt Pennell. I believe that the phone call that he made to me was with regards to a video that was posted on YouTube and the Daily Poll, where he had evicted me from the Oklahoma Republican headquarters building on May the 22nd. Again, as I had just mentioned, the phone call was apologetic. Second of all, he told me that he was unaware that I was a veteran. Thirdly, he thanked me for my military service. Fourth, he said that he thought that I had came there with the Ron Paul people. Five, he said that I was welcome in the Republican headquarters building at any time, and he had left his phone number on the caller ID. He said I can call him at any time. That was his cell number. And that sixth, he said he was unaware that I had driven there alone to Hughes County by myself, you know, driving such a long ways. And that seventh, he would be posting a video on the Oklahoma GOP website so that the public would know about the delegate process, and that he would be posting this before the Republican National Convention. I want to say that I did accept the apology from Mr. Pennell, because I believe that you accept an apology when someone offers it to you, whether that apology is genuine or not. I mean, I don't want to deal in bad faith. And also, the part where he had mentioned something about that he would be posting a video on the state party's website about the delegate process. Well, I felt that the time to do the videoing was when the delegate caucus was already meeting there on the 22nd. I don't, you know, he mentioned he was going to, you know, have to hire some professional videographers. I don't know why you have to go to that extent, because if the delegate caucus was in process, that was the time to do it. And I don't know how he's going to do that now after the fact, unless he call them all back or unless he hires actors. But to have them sequestered in that back room like they're a bunch of jurors, sequestered like a bunch of jurors in a murder trial, I mean, to me that just didn't make no sense. Also, something that was concerning to me, and it you know, it bothered me yesterday when someone had mentioned that the name of the building was after a person who I felt really good about, and that's Mayor Dewey Bartlett. I didn't realize that that building was named after his father. I had seen Dewey Bartlett for the first time some months ago when I went to an event in Tulsa, and I really felt good about it. Matter of fact, I didn't even know he was a Republican until I saw him again at the state convention, and a woman had responded to me when I had made mention that he was a Democrat. She said, "Oh no, he's a Republican," and that made me feel pretty good that to know he was Republican, because he's one of my heroes. And you know, we had a nice conversation, not knowing that about a week or so later I would be walking into a Republican state headquarters building and you know, and being asked to leave, not knowing that that building was named after his daddy. Well, I'm not going to let something like that cause me to feel ill about Mayor Dewey Bartlett. I mean, heaven forbid me to do something like that, because I really like him a lot. Matter of fact, I think he's going to be the next governor of the state of Oklahoma. But the next time I walk in that building, I'm not going to look at it in terms of that it's a Republican headquarters building. I'm going to tell myself that this building is Mayor Dewey Bartlett's daddy's building. Maybe I'll feel a lot better when I walk in there. But the third thing I want to bring up is something that was very troubling to me, that when Matt Pennell had, you know, when he said that he thought I was with the Ron Paul people, you know, what difference would it have made? Ron Paul supporters or Republicans. It would not have made any difference at all, as far as I'm concerned. And when he made mention that he thanked me for his military service, well, I believe that if Mr. Pennell is sincere about that, then what would he think if Ron Paul himself walked through that front door of the Republican Party's headquarters building in Oklahoma City? Would he have been asked to leave? Because Ron Paul, as far as I'm concerned, he's a lot better veteran than I am. He served in the Air Force. I wouldn't be here today had it not been for someone like Dr. Paul. I took real sick in 1974 when I was out there in Germany on a tactical training exercise. Got a real bad infection, and they had to airlift me. And the last I remember, when I was hollering and screaming and fighting because I couldn't move my hips all the way down, they were paralyzed. All I could move was my mouth because I was talking a bunch of trash, in that medical air. I don't know if it was a helicopter or whatnot, but it was something that was it was a medical transport. And when I came to, I was in Landstuhl Hospital, and the doctor told me, I asked him what was wrong with me, and he told me that he told me I had a bad infection. And he said, you can thank the doctor that was aboard there that he caught it in time. He said, you gave him a lot of hell. And a lot of people, they dismiss the value of a military personnel who are medics and their doctors, who have made sure that a lot of our soldiers, they came home not in a body bag, because I very well could have been one of those people. So Mr. Pennell, I trust that you will give Dr. Ron Paul, the respect. I mean, not just as a veteran, but just as a person. He's a Republican too. The man got supporters who feel very passionate about him. But if you are true to your word, that you respect my military service, but you can't respect mine and not respect the military service of Dr. Ron Paul, he's a veteran too. He was a medical doctor in the military, and they saved a lot of lives. And the best advice that anybody can give, someone like you, Mr. Pennell, being in the position that you're in, is that you just don't want to discriminate against anybody. You don't want to exclude anybody. That's just the safest way to be it a Ron Paul supporter, being a Mitt Romney supporter, or Santorum, or just whoever within the Republican Party. You don't want to exclude anybody. Period.
What did you go through? You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah.